All right, this video is brought to us by Technolo, so make sure you click that link in that I just posted. It will be in the description down below for you guys on YouTube to subscribe, give it a like, because Technolo actually requested that I specifically watch this. You guys voted for it, so it went through this week. On how to rework Deathslinger. Deathslinger is obviously somebody that I tertiary currently. Obviously, Wesker is slowly approaching my tertiary. But Deathslinger is somebody I play a lot and I enjoy a lot. So I'd be interested in their ideas and how they would rework Deathslinger, because it's a character that in their current form I actually enjoy a lot. There's very few problems I have with the characters, so the idea of reworking is a little interesting. I'm very interested to see how this works out. So yeah.
So what is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be reworking the Deathslinger. So we're going to be reworking his base kit changes and just his add-ons, most of his add-ons. So tell me what you guys think down in the comments after I state his rework. So let's talk about his base kit changes. So we ended up making the Deathslinger with a 28-meter chair radius. The speed to real and survivor has been increased by 20%.
I think the Terrius is fine. I think the Terrius is fine. There's no reason for Deathslinger to have a tinier Terrius at all. There's no reason for Deathslinger to have a smaller Terrius. We already did that. We tried that, and people were getting shot from outside Terrius by his harpoon, and it was incredibly frustrating and had no counterplay. We do not want to go back to that. We're not giving him a tinier Terrius. I think the reeling is fine. I think the reeling is fine as well.
Even
off the bat,
you compare both add-ons, it doesn't really make it noticeable. But we also made the chain break 5% slower. So basically, it's just 7 seconds right off the bat, not 6.7 seconds. We just increased it just a little bit. And then we made it so the Deathslinger now reloads.
I feel like you could do this and not this. Like the faster, like these accomplish the same thing, right? Unless they mean the stun specifically. If we're talking about the chain doesn't break, like extending the bar, these do the same thing. So just only have the chain break be 5% slower and not the other one. Yeah, and honestly, yeah, like with the reload, yeah, like the only, like essentially Deathslinger's in this situation that most of his add-ons are trash. So you have the old Demogorgon situation with Rat Liver. If you didn't know back in the day, because this is a long time ago now, you can't use this as an example without explaining it. Demogorgon mains used to only run Rat Liver because Rat Liver allowed them to like open their face quicker, and that was like a really, really good add-on for them. And it was a brown, so it was easily accessible. But it was to the point where like Demo's other add-ons weren't really getting used because like that was the only thing that Demos wanted to use was that add-on. So what they ended up doing was adding half of Rat Liver base kit and then leaving the add-on as it was, with half the effect, to encourage people to use other add-ons. So Deathslinger's in a similar situation where most Deathslingers are running reload add-ons only. And that's kind of like the only add-on you really see a lot of people run on him. You know, sometimes you'll see the mangled, like the spike and stuff, but like mostly people are just running the reload. So yeah, you can Rat Liver treatment that.
0.25 seconds quicker. So we ended up making the modified ammo belt base kit, but we ended up changing the add-on, so don't worry about that. And then we also made it so the Deathslinger miss shot cooldowns are decreased by 0.5 seconds.
Yeah, this is a problem that both him and Hillbilly have. Is the main reason people don't want to play Hillbilly and Deathslinger is not because they don't want to go for shots. It's missing shots feels incredibly painful, so they don't want to do it. Right? So they would rather just go play a different character that doesn't feel as punishing when they miss. So yeah, that makes sense.
The 10 oil can is now base kit, and we only did this because he feels too slow, and the only thing he really shines in is chase, and he kind of feels slow that way. Just depending on how you're playing. So now let's talk about,
because like for me, I don't want that and I don't need that, but like he's my tertiary character. I play him a lot, so like somebody wanting to get into Deathslinger will be discouraged by the very long cooldown time of his miss shots. So yeah, you want to have that.
Add-ons. So before we do start talking about his add-ons, I want to note this: we did not change the add-ons to Warden's Keys iridescent coin,
Okay.
the spit pouch rag, and the baby short cigar. So just keep that in mind. So if you don't
Those
see
are
that
fine.
on the list, that's why we didn't change them. So now let's get straight into the add-ons. So now we have the snake oil, and currently the snake oil increases the reeling speed by 5%. Since we increased the reeling speed base kit, we ended up changing it so successfully spearing a survivor will inflict them with the blindness effect for 30 seconds. It's
kind of like what Huntress has.
Winner's opportunity. It's not
kind of like the Huntress add-on that does the similar thing.
Too huge.
Yeah.
Now we have the Rickety Chain, which currently grants 50% more blood points in the Spirit Score events and increases the rate survivors break free from the Redeemer by 33%. Now we ended up thinking 33% is way too quick, so we made it so survivors break free 20%, and we also increased the amount of blood points you get by 1%. So 100% blood points, and they break free
No,
20% faster.
no, you want the so one of the ways people use Rickety Chain is with Stabiffle. So what they'll do is they'll run like reload and then like Rickety Chain, and then they'll only shoot survivors when they they're more confirmed hits and get the Stabiffle stacks. And then what they'll do is when they reach their obsession, they'll intentionally let it break, but let it break quicker on purpose. So this would actually be detrimental for people who use this to save Stabiffle stacks. And I'm not saying that's like a super common play style. Like a lot of people just run Stabiffle on Deathslinger and just kind of like let the chain break naturally. But some people do run Rickety Chain in conjunction with Stabiffle to get faster chain breaks on the obsession, and this making this weaker would kind of like hurt that gameplay style. So you gotta keep that in mind.
Now we have the modified ammo belt, which currently increases the reload speed by 0.25 seconds. Now we ended up making it so the Deathslinger moves 10% faster while reloading.
That's a good idea.
So he currently moves at like 66% while reloading.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that.
Now he's gonna move at 76% while reloading. So just a little extra speed. It's just a brown iron, nothing too big. And now we have the Rusted Spike. The Redeemer shots inflict some mangled. That's what the Rusted Spike does.
Yeah.
Now we ended up changing it so increase the movement speed by 10% while rolling a survivor. So while you're rolling a survivor, you end up moving 10% faster. This may help with like time, so you can get closer to them faster. Now
I feel like for a yellow add-on, I feel like Rusted Spike is fine. I would just leave Rusted Spike to give mangled. Yeah, yes, yeah, progressive. I think Mangled Spike is fine. I think I would not have changed that. I agree, progressive. I would not have changed that. Mangled Spike is fine. Plus, the different effect you give is not as helpful. Yeah, the different effect they gave it was not as helpful. Yeah, I would definitely like just leave Mangled Spike the way it is.
Now we have the Poison Oak Leaves. Now, the Poison Oak Leaves right now will make it so increase the mending time by 1.5 seconds. Now we ended up changing that so that increases the projectile speed of the spear by 25% and increases the maximum range the Redeemer can reach by 2 meters.
That's for a yellow. That's really good. For a yellow, that's really good. That's like Babushka, right? That's like Babushka flight speed stuff that you're talking about. Babushka Rose Root? That's like Babushka Rose Root, like stuff that you're talking about right there. Just like, whoop wah, whoop wah. Yeah, you should not give that as a yellow. That is way too strong for a yellow. Maybe as like a green or a purple, but as a yellow, ain't no way. That on top of the extra 2 meters? No way. Ain't no way.
More range and you have faster projectiles.
For a yellow add-on,
this
no
could be
way.
a little bit of a game changer, so that's nice.
A little bit of a game changer. 25% faster speed, so that cuts down your ability to react to it as the survivor, and also 2 extra meters of range as well. A little bit of it, that would be a big effect. It'd be really good.
Now we have the Martial Badge. Now we didn't really change this one, but we ended up buffing it. So now the Deathslinger is 28 meters. We ended up making it so it reduces the chair radius by 10 meters while the Redeemer is loaded. So if your Redeemer is not loaded, then they can hear your full chair radius. But
no, we shouldn't go this route. No. We did this. We tried this experiment of having Deathslinger have a tiny tear radius. Stop doing this. Nobody enjoys being shot from off screen by a harpoon with 0 counterplay. Nobody enjoys that. At least when Ghostface stalks and marks you, and you weren't paying attention, there's a little chase that happens, right? There's a little chase that happens. Getting shot from off screen, and getting reeled in to get hit, everybody hated that. Don't bring that back, and don't make add-ons to do it. I enjoyed it. I don't know how you did. Facing it? You enjoyed facing that. You enjoyed having a 0 counterplay harpoon hit you from off screen. Interesting.
If it is loaded, then you have 10 meters less of a tear radius, which is good for sneaky shots. Now
I'm just gonna say this right now. Some of these add-ons and like base kit changes are really good and are nice little quality of life changes to make him feel better to play. And some of these are bring back old Slinger things that we killed on purpose. Old things that we got rid of when he got nerfed on purpose that shouldn't come back. So the things that I'm liking are things that are like, hey, let's make his quality of life, let's make him feel better to play. And the things I'm hating are like, hey, we should bring back this aspect of old Deathslinger. And it's like, no, we reworked him on purpose. Please stop.
We have the Jaw Smasher, and this is by far Deathslinger's worst add-on. So right now, it currently makes it so you move 1% faster while aiming down sights. Yeah, that's basically not noticeable at all.
It's not.
So we ended up changing that, so the Jaw Smasher will make it so whenever you spear Survivor, your lunge is increased by 0.2 seconds. So you get just a little bit more
that's
time
fine.
to lunge.
Oh,
so now we
a
have
little diet coup. Little diet coup so you can break the chain a little bit earlier and swing longer. I can see that being helpful.
Tabacco, which currently makes it so reduces the stun duration when survivors break free by 0.5 seconds. We ended up changing the chewing Tabacco so you see the survivors that are mending within a 24-meter radius. Survivors who are mending suffer from the Oblivious effect.
This is a green add-on on this is a green add-on on Legion. Yeah, this is a green add-on for Legion, but you're making it a yellow on Deathslinger. This is the problem when people that like a character make a how do I fix this character like video, because they give them a lot. Like they kind of don't like this is the sunglasses one, Toto, where like you can see people mending, and also this is the one where you can like they've essentially given the effect of seeing people mending and having them be oblivious. So like you're giving all that, like this is the problem, like I was saying, this gives the problem of like why people that like aggressively love a character and can't set their bias aside should probably avoid making, you know, videos about how to fix them, because it ends up with this where you end up giving them way too much. And this is a yellow add-on. Yeah, it's like 3 Legion add-ons in like one. They're giving so much. So much. They're giving so much, and it's just like, and this is a yellow. This is only a yellow. Like, give them like a green. This is like a green effect for one or the other, and like you're giving like 3 effects for. It's just too much.
This effect lingers for 10 seconds after which they're amended. So basically, when they're amended, you see their auras, and they are inflicted with the Oblivious effect for 10 seconds. So this is good for going for those sneaky shots, which is pretty good. I think that's Oblivious is something Deathslinger really needs. And
no, Oblivious is good on anybody. What do you mean? It doesn't matter if they like need it. That Oblivious is really good, especially if you. Okay, like Oblivious is good on anybody, especially if you can like harpoon people. Like you are a ranged character, you know what I'm saying? Like this is like I don't know. Or reading and Oblivious at the same time for a yellow add-on.
It'll be really good. We don't know if this is yellow add-on dependent. Maybe it should be higher.
Yes, it should, definitely.
What do you guys think?
Way higher.
Now we have the Wanted poster, which is probably Deathslinger's second worst add-on. So right now it currently makes it so increases the movement speed while aiming down sights by 2.5%. We ended up changing it so the Wanted poster now makes it so survivors who are successfully speared and hit will be inflicted with a mangled and hemorrhage
Alright, that's fine.
until they are healed again. So successfully spearing a survivor and hitting them will inflict them with mangled, hemorrhage.
That's like just
that's you guys know the deal.
Yeah, that's fine.
Now we have the tin oil can, which we ended up making base kit its current effect. So basically, the current tin oil can makes it so reduces the cooldown after missed shots by 0.5 seconds. So we ended up making it so whenever a survivor breaks free from the spear, they will be exhausted and hindered by 3% for 8 seconds.
The hindered makes sense to me, but hindered is a really strong effect again, because, yeah. What's the point of the exhaustion? Yeah, because if they break free of the chain, they enter deep wounds. Yeah, if they break free of the chain, they enter deep wounds, so they don't have exhaustion anyway? Yeah. And hindered's a really strong effect to give to just a green. Like compound 33. What is the percentile on compound 33 for blight? Sorry about that. Does definitely affect chase. Yeah, compound 33 is also 3%. That just doesn't make sense to me.
This seems like it has potential. It's just
it has potential.
I guess you could say. A little bit useful. So, yeah. Now we have the Honey Locust Thorns. So currently the Honey Locust Thorns make it so when a survivor breaks free from the spear, they suffer from the mangled status effect. Now this one doesn't make sense to me because we already have a yellow iron that pretty much does the same thing.
Yeah, but you took that one away. You took that away. You took that away. In this world that you have created, you got rid of mangled spike, so yeah. Is that on the video? I think it's the background footage that's being used.
So we end up changing it so whenever you successfully spear a survivor, they suffer from the broken status effect for 45 seconds.
Yeah.
They are no longer inflicted with the deep wounds effect. After shooting, the Deathslinger will move at 4.6 meters or 115% until the Redeemer is reloaded.
It looks like they took a lot of ideas from like Legion add-ons and tried to just like it's like they're taking Legion add-ons. They're taking add-ons from Legion, who's the other Deep Wounds character, and going, how can I just cram all these into one add-on as much as I can? It's like what is like and now we're moving at 115 until the Redeemer's reloaded. So we're giving nurses and huntresses like I have no weapon stuff. This is a blight level add-on, Rick. Yeah, you're going to make this character OP. If you wanted my take on this, these add-ons are way too much. You're still in green. You're giving purple and eerie level effects to green perks. What are your purples and your eerie's going to be? I am very intrigued. Making him 115 without his weapon reloaded and a broken stats effect for only a green add-on? Okay.
Survivors are broken for 45 seconds. They no longer have deep wound, but the Deathslinger will move at 4.6 after he shoots his gun until he reloads again. So that's kind of a game changer. Now we have the Baby Shore's go-to. So pretty much this one just increases the reeling speed by 9%. Now we end up changing that, so increases the Redeemer's reeling speed by 20%. So this is more noticeable and less of a time waster.
I'd have to play with that to see.
So now we have the Prison Chain. So currently the Prison Chain increases the time required for survivors to break free from the Redeemer by 10%. We ended up changing this.
That's a lot. Yeah, I'd have to play with that and see. That is a lot, though. I would have to play with it and see, though, because it may not be as big of an effect. Here, if I should have probably done this earlier, because some of you are going to want to stop and read. Let me scoot up. Boop. I'll be up here now. Time it takes for a survivor to break free by an additional? No, this is okay. Okay, it's 50%. I thought it said additional. I was like, oh, the railing speeds together. So that's kind of like what you get from that. So once again, for a green, very powerful effect. Okay.
And increases the time it takes for a survivor to break free from the spear by 15%. And additionally, increase the movement speed by 5%.
I actually think that's okay.
This is more useful, I would say.
I think it's okay.
The current prison chain doesn't.
It is a purple.
It has some effect, but it's like it's not.
Like it compared to other purples in the game, like glowing concoction and stuff like that are actually really decent. Like, you know, that's not too out there.
Why we end up increasing it. Now we have the Golden Creek whiskey. So currently, the Golden Creek whiskey right now makes it so while aiming down sights, your turret radius is reduced by 8 meters. So we end up changing this. So whenever you spear a survivor, you will gain undetectable status.
Yeah, that's pretty standard.
Seconds. So 20 seconds undetectable.
There's usually an undetectable add-on in the purples for a lot of characters.
Which pretty much does the same thing. So currently right now it makes it so increases the mini time by 3.5 seconds. So instead we end up making it so increases the survivor min time by 5 seconds. We end up putting the poison oak leaves and the barbed wire together. Kind of like how they did with Legion. With Legion's add-ons, they ended up putting...
Yeah, the problem is that you were adding... It seems like you just look... You just... Is this what we're doing? Is this what we're doing? Hey, can I copy your homework? Sure. Just make it look so different. Doesn't look like you copied it. Sure thing. Legion add-ons. Deathslinger rework. Like, it just seems like you're just, like... Unfortunately, it just seems like they're just looking at, like, the Legion add-ons and trying to just, like, take them and stack as many effects as possible to, like... Yeah. And, yep.
Both add-ons in one, so that's what we ended up doing. And we think that's more helpful, especially on Deathslinger, since he doesn't really have much slowdown. He really just drives and chase. I think that's where he really shines at. So some slowdown will be really good on him. So now we have the Hellshire Iron, which I just want to make it clear that this one might be the most controversial.
Oh, this whole video has been controversial, except for like 3.
It's too OP. Some people say it's weak. Some people say it's balanced. But what do you guys think? Put it down in the comments. So the current effect, the Hellshire Iron, is that grants undetectable status effect when you shoot a survivor, and the effect lingers for 10 seconds. So since we already had that add-on as purple,
it has a purple.
Seconds, we end up changing the Hellshire Iron, so it does this. Whenever you successfully spear and hit a survivor from more than 12 meters, the Redeemer will automatically be reloaded. Survivors break free 20% faster, and any survivor who breaks free will stun you for an additional second. So that's all of his add-on.
That's kind of interesting. I don't think that's bad. What do you guys think about it? I don't think that one's... Is that one too offensive? I don't think so. Like, if you hit a really far shot on someone, you don't have to reload afterwards, I think that's fine, right? I don't think that one's too bad. Ironically, I feel like the Uri didn't offend me the most. Right? Like, if you hit a really far max range shot, it's the biffle, it's like an insta-down, but it is an Uri, right? What's the difference between that and, like, an exposed add-on? Right? Like, he also has, like, Hellshire, you know, or not Hellshire Iron, but he has the Uri coin, which does the same thing. Right? Like, what's the difference there? You hit that max range shot, and then you get the insta down. You get the max range shot, you automatically reload. You know, it's like, doesn't seem like it's like, I don't think that one's too offensive. I think that's okay. It is an iridescent as well. So, like that, like, you could, like with its rarity, you might be fine. I think the idea is interesting. Yeah, the numerics of it might need to be worked on, right? Like, maybe, you know, what is Deathslinger's max range? What is Deathslinger's max range? I should know that, but I don't off the top of my head. I just kind of, like, eyeball it. I know it visually, but I don't know it, like, numerically. 18? Yeah, you can stretch it up to, like, 16, 18. Also, hi, Zeus. Stretch it up to, like, 16, 18. That way it feels a little bit more fair. Maybe 12 meters is a little too low. But make it like 16, 18. That way it could be like a snowball add-on. That way if you're picking like the coin versus if you're picking the coin versus the iron, you're picking between like, do I get one confirmed exposed down, or do I like risk it for the biscuit and use the iron where I like, I get the automatic reload, so if I can kind of play a little bit of a slug heavy play style if I want to, confirmed insta down, or do I want to slug? It's like kind of like your choices there,
Deathslinger rework, do you think it has potential? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it's OP? Do you think it's weak? What do you guys think, and how would you guys change the Deathslinger? What would you guys do to make him shine more? Anyway, that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
I think this video, the obvious problem, like this is, and I said this in the middle of the video, and I'll say this here at the end as well. I think the problem with this rework is the same problem that I see with a lot of reworks for characters. Is like when people that love a character and make a rework for a character that they like and they play, they obviously want their character to be really good because they want to have the results that they have to struggle for met without as much resistance because they love the character. They want it to be a good character. Like some people, like let's take an example like Myers. When Myers used to be my old main, and there have been plenty of like suggestions that I've thrown out on how to like fix Myers. None of my suggestions put him in even A tier. None of my suggestions even put Myers into the A tier of killers. He will never be top 10 or even 15. Based on like the things that I would be fixing him with. But like what I often see with like, and I saw in this video as well, is like when people love a character, they want to like make that character A tier. They want to make them like really, really good and run. They want to make them top 10. Maybe not top 3, but they want to make them top 5, top 10. So that's where I'm seeing stuff like, hey, let's make 20% reeling speed base kit. Let's bring back the short tear radius. Let's like, it's just all, and then let's give you like, where was it? Let's give you 3 Legion add-ons in one thing. Yeah, this would make the character incredibly unfun to play and really strong. So you would be having fun. But A, the survivors wouldn't be having fun. And B, you would be doing this at the expense of other killer characters that have more balanced and fair add-ons than you do. Like this is at the like this is the problem with most build rework videos. Is that they come at the expense of others. Most build reworks are not to try and fix the character's issues and pain points. They're to buff them in a way that comes at the expense of others, whether that be other killers that have more fairly balanced add-ons and base kits, or it comes at the expense of the survivors who cares about their fun. There was a big emphasis in this video about bringing back the stealth aspect of Deathslinger, which is something we removed on purpose because it did have very, very little counterplay to it. And everybody hated that, so they took it out for a reason. Stealth is what set them apart from Huntress? No, because like that is the problem, Progressive. That is a problem. That is a problem. With no lullaby, there is no reaction. Like you got to think about it from the survivor's perspective, because as much as you want to be playing as Deathslinger and having fun, there you want people to enjoy going against him, or at least not detest going against him. If you're looking around trying to be aware, and then he pops out from behind a corner, and in an instant, like in a half a second, shoots you because you didn't even hear him over there. Like, that's BS. They both were the problem. Both the ADS and the stealth. That's not it. Like, removing counterplay from the survivor aspect of things has been that's gonna hurt things in a very bad way. And that's the reason we adjusted the character in the first place, is because the ADS and the stealth things made him miserable to face. He was not fun to face at all. So bringing those aspects back, just not the play. But you know, like you said, like you're having the same feelings that this guy is having, just to a lesser effect, right? Like you liked it, you enjoyed harpooning somebody outside of Terrius and watching them, like, you know, freak out about it, right? But that was a miserable experience for that other person, because they didn't get outplayed. The character's base kit just went burr, right? or whatever perks you had just went burr. So many Deathslingers brought monitor back in the day. Made it even worse. Nobody enjoys that. Fun at somebody else's expense is not fun. Or it should be avoided as much as possible, you know? So whether that be at the expense of having a bunch of add-ons stacked from other characters when they're balanced more properly, or at the expense of survivors having a worse time so you can have fun, I feel like there's some nice stuff, like the real speed being slightly faster, having the miss speed base kit, or the recovery base kit rather, the miss speed recovery would be base kit. Just little stuff like that. They're really cool, really good ideas, little quality of life things to make him feel better. Because that's one of the things, is not to the extent that Twins has it, but, you know, Deathslinger feels kind of clunky, and it makes you wonder, like Progressive said earlier, why do you play him versus Huntress? So why does he feel like clunky, not as fun Huntress? So give him a little quality of life things that make him excel a little bit more at his niche to set him apart from Huntress is a nice thing. But I don't think giving him OP add-ons and reverting nerfs we gave to him is the right answer. Stop shooting through people? That is true. Maybe make his hitbox a little bit more responsive. Because it is just that little tip, the little tip of the harpoon. And that goes through people all the time. So maybe clean that up a little bit. Make a little bit more sense. Like, unless it's, like, at the point where, like, the harpoon, if it's at the point where the chain is fully extended, any point, like, even if it goes straight through them, it's like any point past that full extension, it just kind of goes, that didn't happen. You know? So I understand that. And this is coming from somebody who, this is my tertiary character. This is the character I play the third most in the game. I do love this character. I do like the way he is right now. I do agree that he feels clunky, and he's not for somebody to casually get into the character. He's very clunky, compared to just Huntress, who can just do most of the same things without the same, lack of quality of life. So I wish this focused more on giving him quality of life changes that make him feel better, and not so much, you know, padding his kit so much that he kind of becomes unfun to face and kind of starts stepping on a lot of other killers' toes. Mostly Legion. This seemed like a take all Legion's add-ons and like cram them into Deathslinger, but make better add-ons than Legion. Make better versions of what Legion had on Deathslinger. So, yeah. That's my takeaway. Is that, you know, and it's hard. To be fair, it's hard. Like, if you love a character, you know, there's bias there, and you want them to play and feel good. But like, so many people, you know, put too much in, and it goes the other way. This is the same problem that the devs run into when they're making a character. Is like, the experience has to not be at the expense of other people. And if you can't do that, then, like, you know, shouldn't be a thing. So